Hello from Kingston, New York. Thank you so much for inviting Ryan and me to share some of Juliana Hall's music with you today. Ryan and I have been performing Juliana's music for a few years now, but I think I first heard about her music maybe in a presentation in graduate school, and I just remember being really blown away by the music of hers that I was listening to in that presentation. Ryan and I were very lucky to get to actually perform in a whole concert that was dedicated to Juliana Hall and her music in the fall of 2015. And the really special thing about that concert was that we not only performed some song cycles of Juliana's and some vocal duets of Juliana's, but also got to perform music that was by some of the composers who inspired her. And I felt like that was such a wonderful introduction to Juliana as a composer. One of the things that is so special about her work is you can really see her love for poetry and the way that poetry creates the music that she writes in many ways, or is the seed for the music that she writes in her compositions. And the two pieces that we chose to share with you today, I think, are really wonderful reflections of that aspect of Juliana. The two songs that we'll be performing are the last two songs from her song cycle, Propriety. And this song cycle is a setting of texts by Marianne Moore, all of which are about music in some way. And so we've thought for World Music Day and for this particular occasion, it was especially perfect to pick these pieces. The poetry is a little bit, well, it's not always straightforward. And I certainly have found as a performer who sings a lot of poetry that a lot of the words that I'm dealing with are words that are more like a mountain with switchbacks, where you're driving along and you have all of these little hairpin turns. So at one moment you might say a word that opens up a huge vista in front of you, and at another moment the word might cause you to do an about face and all of a sudden think about everything that you've read before that moment in a different way. And I really think that Marianne Moore's poetry does this, and that Juliana really reflects that aspect of the poetry in the way that her music just changes on a dime, both in terms of tempo, in terms of the harmonic language that she chooses to use, and in terms of the affect, the color of the sound that she's creating at any given moment. And because these poems are so special, I thought that it might help you hear them and Juliana's music better if I read the poetry before we share the songs with you. So I'm going to do that really quickly. Well, hopefully not too quickly, at a speed that you can understand. But I'll do that first, and then Ryan and I will perform these two songs for you from Propriety. Propriety is some such word as the chord Brahms had heard from a bird, sung down near the root of the throat. It's the little downy woodpecker spiraling a tree, up, 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 like Mercury. A not-long sparrow song of hayseed magnitude. A tuned reticence with rigor from strength at the source. Propriety is Bach's solfeggiato, harmonica, and basso. The fish spine on firs, on somber trees, by the sea's walls of wave-worn rock. Have it, and a moonbow, and Bach's cheerful firmness in a minor key. It's an owl and a pussy, both content. Agreement. Come, it's mixed with wits. It's not a graceful sadness. It's resistance with bent head, like foxtail millets. Brahms and Bach. No. Bach and Brahms. To thank Bach for his song first is wrong. Pardon me. Both are the unintentional pansy face, uncursed by self-inspection, blackened because born that way. Melchior Vulpius, circa 1560 to 1615. A contrapuntalist, composer of chorales and wedding hymns to Latin words, but best of all an anthem. God be praised for conquering faith, which feareth neither pain nor death. We have to trust this art, this mastery which none can understand. Yet someone has acquired it and is able to direct it. Mouse skin bellows breath, expanding into rapture, saith, Hallelujah! Almost, utmost, absolutist, and fuguist, Amen. Slowly building from miniature thunder, crescendos antidoting death, love's signature cementing faith. Is some such word as the chord Brahms had heard from a bird, sung down near the root of the throat? It's the little downy woodpecker spiraling a tree, up, up, up like Mercury. A not long sparrow song of hayseed magnitude, attuned reticence with rigor from strength at the source. Propriety is Bach's solfeggiato, harmonica and basso. The fish spine on firs, on somber trees by the sea's walls of wave-worn rock, have it, and a moonbow, and Bach's cheerful firmness in a minor key. It's an owl and a pussy, both content, agreement. Come, come. It's mixed with wits. It's not a graceful sadness. It's resistance with bent head like foxtail millets. Brahms and Bach. No. Bach and Brahms. To thank Bach for his song first is wrong. Pardon me. Both are the unintentional pansy face, uncursed by self-inspection, blackened because born that way.
composer of chorales and wedding hymns to Latin words, but best of all an anthem. God be praised for conquering faith, which feareth neither pain nor death. We have to trust this art, this mystery which none can understand. Yet someone has acquired it and is able to direct it. Mousekin bellows breath, expanding into